Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the XFL Fan Zone. And well, we're finally done. We have had our draft now. 2 days, 70 rounds of drafting, plus one assigned quarterback to each team. And here's my thoughts on the overall draft. It is exciting because it's a new league and we're looking forward to it. And this has been 2 years in the making, probably longer. Because if you look the way this thing's coming together like a well-oiled machine, you just gotta ask yourself, how much time before the 2-year announcement did Vince McMahon spend researching and planning this? Because this is coming together pretty good. Now, that does not mean mistakes were not made. There are going to be some. We're not perfect. That's fine. But as far as the draft goes, we'll start with the assigned quarterbacks. First of all, I have a problem with the whole assigned quarterback thing. Now, I know Oliver Luck has explained it to us. Yeah, he said we assigned a quarterback based on what the coach's input wanted in a quarterback. Okay. Now, why should the commissioner assign a quarterback if he did that? Now, I don't know. They say they were assigned. How were they assigned? Who was on was there an assignment board of quarterbacks? How did this work? Did Oliver Luck do it by himself? Did or did Luck go out and recruit a bunch of quarterbacks? Hey, this is what I have, guys. Name me something you would like here, or who do you want? No one knows. So I have a bit of a problem with that. I mean, they're saying this is the game reimagined, and basically how they're doing things right now, it is reimagined, and it's supposed to be better fan access. Well, leave us in the dark with this is not fan access. I mean, it would have been nice to have a quarterback draft like the AAF did. I mean, granted, their quarterback draft was about a couple hours long. You didn't have to make it that long. If it was only 8 guys, you could have done this within probably a 45-minute streaming video. Could have easily been done. But it's either here or there. It's done, what's done is done. The other thing I didn't like was it would have been nice to see how the lottery took form, kind of like the way we see the NBA lottery do it every June. That would have been nice. I think we should have seen that. That would have been a short streaming video also. I think they should let us know what's going on. Again, if this is going to be all about the fans, well, then include us in it. I'm not bashing the league. I'm just giving you my thoughts on what could have been done better. Again, take it for what it's worth. I didn't like that. Now, I like the whole snake draft thing. That was pretty cool. For each phase, I had no problem with that. That's actually pretty fair. But it would have been nice to see the lottery. Now, as for the draft itself, it was something to see. I mean, it was only streamed on the internet, which I really had no problem with. I mean, they did everything nice. You know, they had the 3-minute play clock and the 90-second play clock down here. You had the picture of the war room up here and the XFL headquarters over there and the draft order over here. That's all fine. I have no problem with that. That was done very well. And it was pretty cool to see the personalities of the teams in the draft room. Now, first you have Dallas going, every draft pick. Then you go to my area, New York, where Kevin Gilbride, you can hear a pin drop. It was very businesslike. They're taking it seriously. So you have the NFL coach Kevin Gilbride doing things his way. You get the college coach Bob Stoops doing things his way. You know. Then you go to LA and they're doing the old thing, which is pretty cool. Then you got St. Louis picking plays before they hit the enter button. It seems like okay, St. Louis, you're on the clock. Well, we'll take this guy. Give them credit. I think they know what they wanted. And I think Tampa Bay kind of did the same thing. And then, of course, you got DC saying, we'll make a pick at the 30-second mark. I had no problem with it. But Quickly, we'll just go over the very first section of the first round. Rashad Davis, wide receiver of James Madison, went to D.C. Houston took Connor Cook of Michigan State, a quarterback. Interesting. I wanted him after I found out Matt McGloin was my quarterback. D'Angelo Yancey, wide receiver out of Purdue, went to my team, the Guardians. Nick Truesdale, tight end of Grand Rapids, went to the Vipers. St. Louis, Christian Michael, running back from Texas A&M, went to the Battlehawks. Trey Williams, a running back from Texas A&M, back-to-back Aggies, went to Seattle. And Elijah Hood, running back from North Carolina, went to L.A. The other problem I had is, and they did a good job that first day. They released the quarterbacks early in the morning. I mean, I literally had to turn on my computer, and I got it right there 2 minutes when it was released. I was like, oh my God, talk about timing. And I did my thing to get the information out to all the people who had to go to work early, as fast as I could. But that first day was good. We saw all 30 rounds of the skills draft. We saw all 30 rounds of the offensive linemen, and we got the front seven. Now, yesterday was very disappointing. We had the defensive backfield. They did a good job with that, same as yesterday. 3-minute break in between each set of 8 rounds. 90 seconds to make your pick. Everything was done the way yesterday. And then they make the announcement, okay, this ends the streaming portion of the draft. We'll let you know what we pick in the final phase 5. Huh? What? Why would you come all this way and then leave us hanging on the last phase? Why leave us hanging? That was the most exciting part of the draft, if you ask me, because it was anything and anyone you wanted. And the fact that the XFL made us wait hours and hours later. I mean, they got done 11:30 a.m. yesterday morning. They reconvened at 1 p.m. for the final phase, and we had to wait hours to find the phase 5 results. I'm sorry, I have a problem with that. Again, you talk about fan access in Football Reimagined. Well, if you're reimagined keeping us in the dark, I'm sorry, I have a big problem with that. So again, I'm not bashing the league. I'm just giving you my opinion. If you're going to make it fan access, well, make it accessible. Leaving us out of the dark with the lottery, the quarterback allocation, and the last phase 5 of the draft is a bad job done by the XFL. Now, how much did it cost them to stream this out? I mean, was there a cost factor in it? I don't know. I'm not an IT guy. I'm not much of a tech guy. But how much could it have cost? Again, you'd say fan access, give us access. That was a bad job. I didn't appreciate that. But again, it is what it is. But regardless, we have our 71 players now for each team. I know there were some notables that didn't go. I want to talk about Trent Richardson not going, and there's rumors about that. His attitude, he was out of shape. He's going back to the NFL. The rumor is the Ravens want him. Listen, the bottom line is we now have our rosters, and everything is happening. Now it's becoming a real thing now. I mean, the other thing, the first day of the draft was, it's like the sleeping giant awoke. And I'm going to reiterate something that many people have said, including Stacey Ashen over at a Football World, is the amount of media coverage this draft got was pretty unbelievable. I figured this would be a low-key thing that only us would know about, but you see the ESPN announcing the draft results on the bottom line, and Fox Sports was doing their thing. All the newspapers are covering it, the sporting news. I couldn't believe it. It's like we were living in this little bubble for a while of us just XFL people, and all of a sudden that morning, boom, everything just blossomed. But it was pretty cool to see. I'm glad the other media outlets are taking notice of it. Now, they may not be taking it seriously. They're doing it because it is an event. Who knows? But it was good to see. It's good to see that everyone's taking notice. So basically the main stuff all the XFLs have done now. And the last two big announcements I could think of is the schedule. The TV schedule come out, and uniforms. Those are the last two big things we have to look forward to before minicamp starts on December 3rd, which is about 6 weeks. So we're about 114 days away now, if I do my calculations correct. So, anyway, that's my complaints and likes about the whole XFL draft. Overall, on a scale of 1 to 10, I give it a 6.5. Again, leaving us out of dog for the lottery, the quarterback allocation in the last 5, that's a bad job. And now they could have gotten a higher mark if they let us watch the whole Phase 5 thing. But those are 3 big components, if you ask me. So as a fan, next year, if you're going to do the draft the same way, if it's done the same way, again, it's a first-year league, keep us informed, keep us posted, don't leave us in the dark. But now we have, like I said, 2 things left: uniforms, TV schedule. Of course, I talked to Alan Cook of the New York Guardians this morning. The Guardians did a meet and greet last week with the fans and the coaching staff only, and I didn't know about it. And the reason why is because it was, from what Alan, I think it was Alan Cook over at the Guardians, I'm trying to remember his name. Regardless, he said it was for season ticket holders only. So, okay, so only they knew about it, only they were informed, and they're going to do more meet and greets with season ticket holders only. Now, I would buy season tickets, but because of my work schedule and my daughter's gymnastics schedule, it's impossible for me to commit to season tickets, even though it's only 5 games. So I am going to go to at least a couple games when the single tickets come out, which, by the way, according to Guardian, says should be happening in about 3 weeks for single game seats and the TV schedule. That's what he's saying. We'll see. We've heard this kind of news before, only to be delayed, but minicamp starts soon, so they're going to have to start releasing TV schedules and the uniforms. And I heard the uniforms are coming out just before Thanksgiving, right before Black Friday. How convenient. But it's a more economic move as far as raising revenue for the league. So it's going for real now. People are now talking trash on all the sites now. It's pretty cool to see. We have players to talk about. Everyone's asking, who got the best draft? Who got the best draft? And my answer is, we'll find out about 6 p.m. April 26th when the championship game is over, because that's how you know who got the best draft. But now we're seeing a transition now. You know, the one thing Vince McMahon did was, after he made his initial announcement, his next biggest announcement was making Alva Luck the CEO. And he also made him the face of the league. And you saw Vince McMahon totally disappear, and Alva Luck was made the face of the league, which is a smart move, because Vince McMahon making himself the face of the league would have been the beginning of the downfall already. Vince McMahon, as big of an ego he has, knows that he was part of the problem last time. And if he's going to take football seriously this time, he had to have a football man be the face of the league, and Alva Luck was the right choice. If you look at his resume from the time he was athletic director of West Virginia, commissioner of the Houston Sports Authority, general manager of the Houston Dynamo, the MLS, his work in the Big East Conference, his work over in NFL Europe, general manager. He's the only one who made money for the Amsterdam Admirals, not the league. That tells you how smart this man is. He's been there, he's done that, he's been successful everywhere he goes, which is why I'm telling you, Vince McMahon and I just wake up one morning and say, oh, I'll start the football league over again and we'll make Alva Luck. He put a lot of thought into this. And now, as Alva Luck did right, he made his first big move was to make Bob Stoops the coach, and that was a big move, because that was the thing was like, you ask him, how on earth did he get Bob Stoops to coach and general manager in the XFL? This is a man that could have had any college job he wanted and gone back and play for a lot more money. But because he saw that the league is serious about real football this time, and thank you, Steve Spurrier, for convincing the country, because Steve Spurrier said that the most fun he ever had coaching was coaching the Orlando Apollos last year, despite all his accomplishments. How about that? But that was the first big announcement Alva Luck made, and that was a big one. Then came, was it Pep Hamilton, one of Jim Harbaugh's coaches in Michigan. June Jones over in Hawaii had a lot of success in Hawaii. Got into their only Sugar Bowl. Very fun run and shoot offense. Mark Trestman, who's had a lot of success over in the Canadian Football League and coached the Bears one year. And of course my guy Kevin Gilbride, among others. So they have done the right thing. Now we're seeing the transition From Alva Luck being the face of the league to more of Alva sharing the spotlight with the coaches and GMs now of the league. And now that the players are drafted and minicamp starts, we'll see the players become the face of the league. So they're doing everything right here. All right, everyone, like I said, 2 more big announcements before minicamp. Uniforms and TV schedules. Let me know what you think about the XFL Draft. Did you like it? And what were some things you would like better? I didn't mind it was televised because we get to see it on live streaming. That's fine with me. I'm not real picky, but we should have been kept in the light about those 3 main things. So anyway, folks, 114 days from kickoff, 6 weeks away from minicamp. We'll talk to you later. We're on duty. Go Guardians.